Look, he's worked his tail off. He's really putting a lot of work, as all those guys are. But you could tell on the mental side of the game and learning the system and calling it and having that rhythm to it. He's put a lot of work and time and effort into that. And then when you do that, the game starts to slow down and you can focus on finding completions.
Why wouldn't you, just to see if it does anything to the offense, give him an opportunity to go in there and play?
Yeah, obviously my focus is where we are right now, Mary Kay. That's not my focus.
The only way Shedeur Sanders gets an opportunity in Cleveland to be the guy is if Kevin Stefanski gets fired.
In a significant development for the Cleveland Browns, offensive coordinator Tommy Reese has been appointed as acting head coach for the team's upcoming game. In his inaugural training session leading the squad, Reese immediately prioritized getting quarterback Shedeur Sanders prepared and game ready. During his press conference, Reese offered high praise for Sanders' work ethic and playmaking abilities, acknowledging the substantial effort the young quarterback has been investing behind the scenes.
Some of the injuries that have taken place, and he wants to be out there and excited to get him back, and hopefully can keep everybody healthy and keep the line going.
Like the video if you love Shedeur, comment SS100 if you want Shedeur to start in the NFL. While Reese noted that Sanders is still working toward accumulating touchdown production, he expressed strong confidence that those results would follow once the quarterback gets meaningful playing time. The message was clear: Sanders has the talent and preparation. He just needs the opportunity to prove it on the field. Reese wasted no time making his mark as acting head coach. His first order of business was integrating Shedeur Sanders with the first-team offense, giving him substantial reps and focusing squarely on developing him for the starting quarterback role. Reese's demeanor during practice was notably composed and methodical, working not just to refine Sanders' technical skills, but also to mentally prepare him for what could be a crucial position change. Rees specifically highlighted Sanders' ability to deliver accurate, explosive throws, skills the quarterback honed during his college career, as essential elements for the team's offensive success moving forward.
I hope that makes it. Ball's on the right hash. Quick game. Push our timing on this. Ball's out.
The contrast between Rees's approach and Kevin Stefanski's recent decisions is striking. Rees pointed to Dillon Gabriel's inconsistencies with both short and deep passing during the Patriots game, implicitly questioning the current quarterback hierarchy. Meanwhile, Stefanski appears to be operating from an entirely different playbook, seemingly dismissing Sanders from serious consideration for the starting role. The reluctance to give Sanders a legitimate shot at leading the offense has raised eyebrows across the organization and fan base, with many wondering if there's something more personal influencing these decisions. With Tommy Reese now at the helm, Shedeur Sanders is clearly energized about the opportunity ahead, whether it materializes this week or in the near future. During a recent Twitch stream, Sanders discussed his commitment to maximizing every practice rep, determined to be at peak readiness when his number is called to lead the Browns' offense. His advanced understanding of offensive concepts, paired with Reese's aggressive attacking philosophy, could potentially form a dynamic partnership for Cleveland's struggling offense.
I got treatment out here. I can't be I gotta get ready.
Kevin Stefanski created controversy with his public comments about Shedeur Sanders, effectively signaling that the quarterback wasn't part of his immediate plans. Stefanski maintained that Sanders arrived at Saturday's practice dealing with a back injury, and after observing him during pregame warm-ups before Sunday's game, determined he wasn't physically capable of playing. However, this explanation feels incomplete and unconvincing to many observers. There's a significant difference between managing a legitimate health issue and simply keeping a player sidelined. The situation suggests Stefanski may be more focused on justifying his roster decisions than addressing genuine health issues. His reasoning appears thin, only amplifying a controversy surrounding the quarterback situation.
Injury. We were hopeful that he'd be able to move around well enough to suit up on Sunday, but put him through a pregame warm-up, and obviously just didn't feel like he was ready to play.
On the opposite sideline, offensive coordinator Tommy Reese was observed closely monitoring Sanders throughout practice and warm-ups. What's evident is that Sanders isn't simply going through routine preparations, he's actively seizing every opportunity to demonstrate his capabilities. His accuracy, field vision, and ability to generate plays under defensive pressure have impressed even veteran coaching staff. Whether delivering a precisely placed throw into tight coverage or using his mobility to extend plays, he's making it clear he's not just another developmental prospect waiting his turn. He's making a statement with every repetition. Tommy Reese, along with others evaluating the situation, are certainly taking notice. With each throw and decision-making moment, Sanders is building a compelling case for why he deserves serious consideration as the team's starting quarterback.
This is the offensive coordinator sitting there watching in his all-white, watching Shedeur Sanders, man, completely dominate. That's all he can do, though, is just take advantage of the opportunities that you were given in regards to in front of you, and then just let the chips fall where they make it. The reality of Tommy Reese's appointment extends beyond simply competing for Stefanski's position. He's attempting to prevent internal dysfunction from destroying the Browns' season from within. When franchise cornerstones like Myles Garrett begin openly questioning the head coach's decisions, it signals deeper organizational issues that can't be ignored. Garrett, the elite defensive end and face of the defense, didn't mince words during a recent media session, expressing clear frustration with Stefanski and the ongoing quarterback controversy. He made his position unmistakable. He no longer finds value in Stefanski's approach and has grown weary of the constant explanations and justifications. For Garrett, the objective is straightforward: winning football games. Despite his consistently dominant defensive performances, the offensive unit's struggles are making that goal increasingly unattainable. He's delivering at an all-pro level, but it feels like those efforts are being squandered.
Frustrated. I want to win. I don't care how much time is on the clock. They got their starters in. There's a chance we can win. I want to be a part of that. I don't care how dire the situation looks. I'm going to try to make something happen. So I hate coming out of those situations. I hate, that kind of inevitability and not being able to do anything about it, because I want to win and I'll do anything.
Media personalities have commented on Garrett's visible frustration, highlighting the escalating tension permeating the organization. Despite the mounting internal pressure, Stefanski remains unwavering in his commitment to Dillon Gabriel over Shedeur Sanders. When your most important defensive player publicly advocates for offensive changes, it represents more than casual feedback. It's a clear indication that something fundamental needs to be addressed. Yet, Stefanski continues holding firm with his current quarterback choice, even as evidence suggests Gabriel isn't meeting expectations. This dynamic may explain why Tommy Reese's involvement has become necessary at this juncture.
Locker room, it just take the right person to say something. A Denzel Ward, a Myles Garrett, your captains, you'd be like, listen, to see Myles Garrett frustrated like that, the way he was, understanding that offensively, we not getting it done, knowing the change needs to be made. But I think that's a hill that Kevin Stefanski is willing to die on, because this is my guy.
Kevin Stefanski has faced substantial criticism for maintaining Dillon Gabriel as the starting quarterback, with Brown supporters and NFL analysts largely agreeing that Gabriel's skill set is better suited for a backup role. Once opposing defenses accumulated sufficient film on Gabriel, they began exploiting his weaknesses. He struggled handling defensive pressure, making it increasingly clear he's not the long-term solution at the position. The consensus opinion has grown louder. The legitimate answer is providing Shedeur Sanders with the starting opportunity. Gabriel continues working to prove his worth, but it's becoming progressively apparent that he doesn't fit the profile of what the Browns need at quarterback. As the season continues its downward trajectory, the time has come for the organization to make a definitive change and allow Sanders to take command of the offense. With pressure intensifying from multiple sources, Tommy Reese stepped forward, actively preparing Sanders for the opportunity to lead the team. Analyst Garrett Bush delivered pointed criticism of Kevin Stefanski's offensive system, characterizing it as fundamentally flawed regardless of whether Dillon Gabriel or Joe Flacco is taking snaps. Bush emphasized that despite the team's persistent struggles, Stefanski continues preventing Shedeur Sanders from receiving meaningful playing time. Looking at Stefanski's track record across recent seasons, Bush argued the head coach has failed to produce results and is now being exposed for those shortcomings. He believes Stefanski is intentionally keeping Sanders on the sideline but won't openly acknowledge it. His conclusion is direct. Stefanski needs to be replaced as head coach to introduce new leadership and implement the changes necessary to redirect the franchise.
And 2 receivers? with over 1,000 yards and he's the laughing stock? You see, this is the part that gets me. Narrative over facts. Narrative, and it's funny how if you say it enough.
Kevin Stefanski's decision to stick with Dillon Gabriel, despite mounting criticism and player frustration, has raised serious questions about his leadership. When Myles Garrett publicly voices dissatisfaction and analysts like Garrett Bush criticize the offensive approach, it's clear the team's struggles go beyond execution. These are coaching issues requiring honest evaluation. Stefanski's unwillingness to give Shedeur Sanders a legitimate opportunity, even as Gabriel falters under pressure, has only intensified concerns about his ability to adapt. However, Tommy Reese's involvement has sparked renewed optimism. His strategic approach, focusing on Sanders' strengths and potential, could be exactly what the Browns need. Sanders' dynamic playmaking ability, refined in college, presents an intriguing solution for Cleveland's struggling offense. This quarterback transition may also address internal locker room concerns. With players voicing frustrations and offensive struggles impossible to ignore, this change could rebuild confidence and morale. If Rees successfully unlocks Sanders' potential, it could mark a turning point for the franchise. Ultimately, this move could give Shedeur Sanders the opportunity he's earned to lead the Browns towards success. What's your take on this situation? Do you believe Tommy Rees preparing Sanders could be the catalyst Cleveland needs? Is this change necessary, or does Stefanski still have what it takes to turn things around? Share your thoughts on how you see this developing, and do like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. Peace.